Councilman McCoy, I can't believe you said all this stuff. I can't be, but I'm happy that you did. I'm happy that you did, because you make my job a little easier. There are chicken wings over there, and sometimes the lure of chicken wings makes you want to do something over there as opposed to listening to what's going on here. And I'm not going to belabor too many points. My father was a Baptist pastor. And so whenever Daddy would get in the pulpit on Sunday morning or any other worship service, he would say to the people up front, "I'm not going to worry your patience long." Now, his children who grew up with him understood that didn't mean a thing. He was going to worry your patience until he believed that you got the message. And so I, like my father, will say, I'm not going to worry your patience long, but I'm not going to stop until I believe you got the message. And so just a little bit about me. I did grow up in the state of Maryland. And when I was coming up, in my generation, African-American women were not told that they could be lawyers. They were not told they could be judges. They were not told they could be doctors. What we were told is that we could be secretaries, we could be teachers, and we could be social workers. I wasn't troubled by that. That was my environment. And in point of fact, in my family, because I come from a family of servant leaders, being a social worker and helping families was not anything that was distasteful to me. And so I went to college after being told by my guidance counselor that I wasn't college material. I went to college anyway because my parents weren't having it. I went to college, got that bachelor's degree, and then beyond that, attended the University of Maryland where I attained my clinical social work degree. I spent 10 years in Maryland working with families, with children who were allegedly abused and neglected. That work took me more often than not into the Maryland court system, where I could talk to judges about children and how we needed to protect children, what children understood, and what children could make up and not make up, and why children of a certain age needed the protection of the court. All too often, or too often for my taste, a judge would say to me, "They don't look like a child abuser to me. They don't look like they were sexually abused to me. They don't look like they were neglected to me." And in my clinical social work mind, I would say, well, I'm not sure what these people are supposed to look like. Because they can be anyone, and as we know, reading every headline, they do look like anyone, and they can come from any profession. Well, I thought in my little mind, if I can't convince them just using my social work degree, I will go and get a law degree. And then I'm going to come back to this Maryland court system, and I'm going to talk to them in social workese and legalese. So I married a guy instead. Got off track just a little bit. Married a guy, ended up moving here to Illinois. They had to actually threaten that my LSAT scores were going to expire before I answered the call to get that law degree. But they did, and my wonderful husband, Austin, made it so that I could go full-time to law school. So, whatever get me here, this man here, when I was pulling an all-nighter for law school, would get up early in the morning and bring me a bowl of cream of wheat. So this man, in every day of law school, would drive me to law school so that I could get the law degree. So, applause. I said, you find a good groom, you keep a good groom. I understand the scripture says that he who finds a good woman finds a good thing, but the same thing goes for men. So I got that law degree. And I thought for a moment, well, I'll go back and I'll find a way to engage in some work with families and children. Well, you know, God has a way of putting opportunities in front of you. And if you're not careful, you'll overlook the opportunity. You'll go your own way, and you won't hear the message, or you won't hear what God has in store for you. Well, I have to tell you, I did struggle. When Justice Charles Freeman called me to say, I would like for you to come and be my judicial clerk, I wasn't really happy to get that call. I did not want to work for a judge. I had no intention of working in the appellate court, but I went. And I sat and I talked to Justice Freeman. It was one of the best decisions that I could have made. He was a magnificent and an amazing mentor and friend.
Yes.
Watching him, being mentored by him, being guided by him, really explains part of how I get to be standing here today. Now, he decided that I should come and be his law clerk. I went kicking and screaming, but I went. The thing was, 30 days later or 6 months later, he says to me, oh, by the way, I'm running for the Illinois Supreme Court, and I'd like you to come and be my senior judicial law clerk. Now understand, there were no African Americans on the Illinois Supreme Court. Justice Freeman would be the first. Second to that, there were no African American judicial law clerks on the Supreme Court. I would become the first. And so I honor Justice Freeman every opportunity that I get, because he was a phenomenal character in my life. He gave me many, many opportunities that, had I not listened, had I not been obedient, I would have missed those opportunities. And so I became the first African American senior judicial law clerk on the Illinois Supreme Court. And we had others with me, but it ended up being just a wonderful experience that then led to me becoming the first African American director of the Illinois courts.
Wow.
If you know anything about our court system, you know that the courts run by the work, as a result of the work of the Supreme Court, hand in hand with the work of the director of the Illinois courts. I then became the first African American woman to serve as the director of the courts. So I think God is amazing to have put me in those places and in those spaces. And it wasn't always easy. I had people saying to me, you're the director? You're telling us what to do? Well, in point of fact, yes, I am. Well, fast forward to 2011, and I then am appointed by the Supreme Court to serve on the circuit court. Did that for about 4 or 5 years. Fast forward again. Then they say, we are appointing you to serve, or assigning you to serve on the Illinois Appellate Court. And that is where I've been serving now since 2015. I am blessed to have in the room with me individuals who have been with me for all of that journey. Faye Terrell Perkins, Jacqueline Lewis. These two women are part of what we call Team CC. Team CC is just a phenomenal work group. We are largely African American women with a guy who think through what it means and what I need as a candidate running for office. And they do the lion's share of the thinking, of the routing, of the directing for my campaign to run this race. And so if you really want to meet some other phenomenal women, stop by, meet Faye Terrell Perkins, stop by, meet Jacqueline James Lewis. These are two And so here I stand, because as a result of Justice Charles H. Freeman's initiative, I am assigned to serve as a justice on the Illinois Appellate Court. And at this juncture, the assignment now will end, and I must run to keep that seat. And so I have been endorsed by the Democratic Party. Commissioner and committee woman Monica Gordon is one of the individuals who voted to make that happen, and I thank you again. But I am running to keep that seat, and it will take all of us to have that happen. It will take word of mouth. It will take your sharing my story. It will take sharing what you know about me with others. It will take everything that you have, because running countywide for any judicial seat is no easy feat. And so I am grateful to you, Dr. Darden. I am grateful to you back there in the back, always in the back. Thank you very much. Chief Apostle McCoy, all of you who are gathered here to be now a part of my story. I am so honored and so pleased and so privileged that all of you would just take the time to stop by this evening to spend time with me.
Yes.
Oh, it's Chief Apostle privilege time. Yes.
I would like to commend you of your fortitude. Your fortitude. I mean, you know, you given the general, but this woman has some fortitude. She had went through a lot. And like I said, I had tears in my eyes. But we're on the same side. And I'm going to stand right with you with my daughter, Monica Gordon.
There you go.
Bishop. We right with you.
Right with you.
Thank you.
We with
Thank
you,
you.
baby.
Thank you. You couldn't, or I couldn't, as a candidate, ask for better support. I am pleased, I am honored, and I am deeply, deeply touched. Thank you so very
Well
much.
deserved.
Thank you. So I am done. I thank you for this gathering. I hope that you will spend time meeting these judicial candidates and that you will support them. I would not even call their names if I didn't think they were worthy. So please get to know them and please do support them. And my brother Carl Anthony Walker, Justice Walker, who I honor and value as a colleague and as a friend. So thank you, Dr. Darden. Thank you, Chief Apostle McCoy. Thank you, thank you, thank you.